The International Space Station, ISS, launched in 1998, is the result of collaboration between the 5 space agencies of the United States, Russia, Japan, Europe, and Canada, i.e., NASA, Roscosmos, JAXA, ESA, and CSA, respectively. The ISS is the most expensive object ever made by humans at a cost of $100 billion. In daily operation since 2000, the facility has been occupied by an international cadre of researchers who have been conducting gravitational and other experiments there. Having just recently experienced a time adjustment in our central time zone, one of many that fall under the standard Greenwich Mean Time, GMT, it was interesting to learn that the ISS uses the one standard global time used by scientists, Coordinated Universal Time, UTC. Have you ever heard of a mondegreen? According to Merriam-Webster, a mondegreen phenomenon occurs when one mishears or misinterprets what has been said or sung as something different than what was intended. Good examples of mondegreens would be the phrase spitting image, which comes from the 2 words spit and image, as spit once meant a perfect likeness, along with image. Nickname, which comes from mishearing ekaname, which once meant another name. And instances when children misinterpret as I led the pigeons to the flag, the actual intended phrase of I pledge allegiance to the flag. With song, mondegreens occur more frequently when one cannot see the singer's face or when the singer has an accent. In a 1954 Harper's essay, Sylvia Wright, an American writer, recounted a story of when she was a child and her mother read to her from Reliques of Ancient English Poetry the line, and laid him on the green, which she misheard as, and Lady Mondegreen. And speaking of finding words in dictionaries, one of the more complete dictionaries today is the Oxford English Dictionary, OED. In 1857, the Philological Society of London decided that none of the dictionaries of that time were complete, so they set about writing a more comprehensive product to be called a New English Dictionary on Historical Principles. They estimated that it would take approximately 10 years to complete, and expected that over that time they would produce 4 volumes encompassing about 6,400 pages. The first inkling that the project might be larger than originally thought was 5 years later, when the word ant had finally been reached. 70 years, 10 volumes, and 400,000 words and phrases later, the first edition of the OED was published in 1928. The second edition followed in 1989, and the third edition is today still a work in progress. Do you have blue eyes? It is now known that the OCA2 gene, along with the adjacent HERC2 gene located on the long arm of chromosome 15, provide instructions to the body for producing a pigment protein known as melanin, which gives color to an individual's skin, hair, and eyes. Scientists have determined that up until 12,000 years ago, all Homo sapiens had brown eyes. But sometime during the Neolithic Age in Europe, the HERC2 gene mutated, thus affecting OCA2's expression in the human iris, resulting in an individual being born with blue eyes. It is estimated that approximately 10% of today's world population has blue eyes, and that it is likely that all those with blue eyes are descended from that one Northern European blue-eyed ancestor.
Pat Farrell is a senior contributing writer with the RE Newsline.